In this video, we're going to look at how to use the WordPress SEO by Yoast plugin to handle your SEO steps or processes with your WordPress website. I highly recommend this particular plugin for SEO purposes. It has a couple additional features that some maybe other plugins will not have. After you install this plugin, you'll see an SEO option in your dashboard, and under there several different subtopics that pertain to SEO. Starting out, I wouldn't worry too much about these subtopics. The default settings after installing WordPress SEO are pretty much good to go. I will note there is an XML Sitemap option with this WordPress plugin. I recommend using that, and just turn that on. Go to the XML Sitemap option under SEO and make sure this top box is turned on. Search engines like to be able to index your site by using this XML sitemap. Outside of that, I would leave everything as is to start off when you're first using this plugin. Several things this adds to your site will show up under the Post and the Pages option from the dashboard. I'm going to go into the Pages option. Post will be the same behavior and same column, same information. So I'm just going to cover Pages in this video, but Post will be the same. When I go to Pages on this little test site, I only have 2 pages at this point. You'll notice to the right there's more columns that this WordPress plugin added. We have an SEO column. This actually is a colored dot. It's gray for now, but as soon as I start adding information to each of these pages, information that this plugin uses, this gray dot will turn into either a red, orange, yellow, or green. And those colors specify how this page or this post is doing with SEO. Red means it's not doing well at all. Orange means it's not doing very well, although it is better than a red. Yellow means it's getting better, but still not good. But your goal is to get a green dot for each of your pages and each of your posts on your site, which means you will go into each page and each post to set the settings needed to make this turn into a green dot. The other remaining columns to the right are also a part of this plugin. You have a title, a meta description, and a focus keyword. We're going to go into this first page. It's an About page. We're going to add that information to this page, so information shows up under each of these columns. This is a very basic About page that I've added some content in. Underneath the content editor, you'll see this box called WordPress SEO by Yoast. This is there because we installed this plugin. This first box, notice there's 4 tabs here. On this first tab, it lets you plug in the information that we saw in those columns when we showed the list of pages. Since this is an About page, I'm going to have my focus keyword the name of the business. I usually don't do the name of the business for a focus keyword, but on an About page, it's probably one of the only times it's appropriate to do so. As I enter this information, you're going to notice right above where I'm typing at the moment, this information is updated. So what this WordPress plugin is doing is going out there and seeing, after I enter a keyword, is that keyword being used in these different parts of this page: article heading, page title, URL, the content, and the meta description. If you see a no in any of these, you want to make sure that you change the necessary part of the page so it turns into a yes. It will also list the number of times that keyword is being used. So in my content, I'm using this focus keyword 6 times. I'm going to grab a description that I typed up earlier and copy and paste that into the meta description field. And now you'll notice we get yeses in most of these options. We have one exception, and I'm going to move forward even with this exception showing. Usually I do not do this, but let me explain why I'm okay moving forward. Notice the page URL says it does not contain the focus keyword. The issue with that, with my keyword, is this business name has an exclamation point as part of their business name, and I cannot put an exclamation point in the URL. So I'm going to move forward even though that is showing. This will be an exception to the general rule. If you could change this, and most of the times you will be able to change this to include your keywords, you'll go up to the top here and edit this permalink option and make sure you're using the keywords within your URL. I'm really close with this particular one. I'm just missing the exclamation point, which I cannot use with the URL. So I'm going to leave that as is. Notice also here in the publish box, we now have another additional piece of information called the SEO Check, which is there because of this plugin that we just installed. Now that I've entered the information here in the first tab, I'm going to go to Page Analysis. Actually, I need to save this page first so I can see the page analysis. Click on Update. After we click on Update, it's going to save our SEO information, and notice this gray dot that used to be next to SEO is now green, which means the SEO is good. If we scroll down here to where our SEO information is located and go to Page Analysis, even though I got a green dot, there are some hints here that I want to make sure I look at and review and make any changes that I can do to improve my SEO. Many of these have to do with the URL issue, so I'm going to leave that as is. But you want to look through these, especially the orange and yellows, and maybe even some red notes, to see if you can deal with any of the issues that it's finding. So this is a great place to go to find out what you need to change to improve your SEO. The other change I want to note is if I go back to the list of all pages, now that I've entered the SEO information and dealt with any issues that came up, I now see a green light under the SEO column in my page list. I see the SEO title that I put in there, the meta description, and the focus keyword. So your pages and posts list, where it lists all the pages and all the posts, you can quickly glance down and notice the color of the dots to see if you need to pay particular attention to the SEO settings for that particular page or particular post. So that's how you use the WordPress SEO by Yoast plugin on your WordPress site.